After just a day and a half of witness testimony and the presentation of evidence, the jurors got the case early this afternoon, but not before the judge dropped one of the charges. Russ McQuaid has the latest tonight from Marion Superior Court.
Tyler Newby is charged with the murder of Dorian Morell in downtown Indianapolis on the second night of rioting in the spring of 2020. Last week, the prosecution added another charge of voluntary manslaughter to the first charge of murder. But today, a judge scrapped that charge, saying that the prosecution never proved that Tyler Newby was in a highly stressed emotional state when he pulled the trigger. Tyler Newby told an IMPD detective that he feared for his life early on the morning of May 31st, 2020, when downtown Indianapolis was gripped by protests and violent rioting. Newby says he was shoved to the ground near Monument Circle. When he looked up, he saw Dorian Morell hovering over him with his fist balled up, and Newby fired once, killing Morell. Prosecutors argued Newby wasn't threatened enough to justify using deadly force against Morell. Newby's attorneys told jurors that state law allows self-defense if the man with the gun fears a forcible felony or bodily injury is about to occur. The defense further argued that IMPD and the prosecutor rushed to charge Newby due to the pressure brought by public outrage over the riots. The judge ruled that the jury couldn't be told what Morell and three friends who witnessed his killing were doing before the fatal shooting. When the jury wasn't in the courtroom, an IMPD detective testified that the group was involved in 3 robberies and the killing of Chris Beatty a few hours earlier and several blocks away. And if he wasn't killed that night, Morell would have been charged in that case, just like his friends were. Outside of the jury's presence, the state called those 3 co-defendants to testify about Morell's killing, but they all cited their Fifth Amendment right to not incriminate themselves, fearing the Beatty case would be brought up while they were on the stand. By scrapping the voluntary manslaughter charge, the jurors now have no compromise verdict to fall back on if they charge that Tyler Newby committed something less than murder in the killing of Dorian Morell. At the City County Building, Russ McQuaid, Fox 59 News.